Hey, I'm Christiana. If you could just state your first and last name for me and the name of the film.
Yeah, it's Jeremy Zenor, and it's called Jeremy Zenor's Sketchy Halloween, or A Sketchy Halloween.
Now let's talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the role in the film. How did you gear up for that?
Yeah, well, the inspiration I had written some comedy sketches for a theater that I was working at, and then I wanted to make a reel, which is, of course, is an example of screen actors on film. And so I did. I took these three Halloween-themed sketches, and then I produced them, and I directed them, and I was in them, and it was great. And then I cut them up and made a reel out of it. And so that was the inspiration for doing it. And of course, the inspiration for the scripts themselves, it's just all these different Halloween and scary movie and horror ideas that I spoofed on.
Awesome, and it's always great to create your own content, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And what was the location of the filming, and were there any specific challenges that you had to overcome?
Yeah, that's actually a great question because so I don't consider myself a filmmaker. I was an actor who was making a film, and so I learned an awful lot. I actually recommend any film actor do that because you learn so much about everything from the top and bottom. And the two things that I learned was the hardest thing was getting the cast and the location. And so I had three sketches that I had written for theater, and I scratched the third one and wrote a brand new one with just me in it, and I used a location that I already had because it was hard finding a location. And so the last one, it was just me and the woman that I was living with at the time had a cabin, and so then I made that. And since I had written it specifically for film, it actually came out the best, because what I realized with writing for theater, there was a lot of talking, and then when we filmed it, there wasn't a lot to watch. And so the third one, there's barely any dialogue, and there's a lot of action. And so I learned a lot about how to act for the editor, how to how the productions work from top to bottom, your role as a cast member and as an actor and all that stuff, but also how location when you're making a film can be like one of the most important things.
Oh yes, fun memories with that. And then, is there anyone you'd like to thank during the duration of this process?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Grayson Berry for having us out here, and Grayson Berry Productions, and We Regret to Inform You Film Festival. And I'd like to thank the people at the Harrisburg Improv Theater in Pennsylvania, where I filmed it, and the Abbott family, whose cabin I got to use.
Awesome. And then is there anything else in the pipeline for you in terms of acting?
Right now I'm doing commercials, a lot of commercials, and I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm getting a lot of auditions out there, so I've made that step up. So I'm doing the commercials now, and I'm really excited about it. It's been going well, getting my time on set, although we just briefly talked about it's hard getting the tapes afterward.
Oh, yeah. Well, congratulations, though. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to Grayson and Ryan?
No, just thank you again and keep it going. You guys are doing a great job.
And then one final thing, could you look into the barrel of the camera and say, I came and I regret nothing?
I came and I regret nothing.